When Super Mario 3D World released at the end of 2013, everyone agreed that it was a beautifully designed and tight platformer. And while most people will rave on and on about Mario in HD, catsuits, and how good Rosalina looked in red, what stood out for me were those small Captain Toad levels where you play a Toad with a lot of exploration, whose backpack prevents him from jumping, making for some really interesting puzzles. Well, it turns out I wasn't alone. At E3 2014, it was announced that Captain would be getting his own game in Treasure Tracker. This is also the first game to have Toad as the main playable character.
The story, or what constitutes as one, has Toad and his partner Toadette finding a star before a giant bird swoops in and takes it, with Toadette hanging on. And that's all the story you're getting out of these books, as it's been taken up by the levels you'll be enjoying here. Treasure Tracker looks and feels just like the levels in 3D World. I mean, if you have a perfectly good engine, you may as well use it. Although instead of coins, it's diamonds this time. The game is fairly simple. Like before, Captain Toad can't jump, so he has to rely on ladders and ramps to reach higher platforms. Also, that means jumping on enemies is out of the question. So, for the most part, you have to rely on timing and throwing turnips at enemies. Controlling the camera is another thing. You can use the R stick like usual, but the gyros in the gamepad are also used with no way to turn them off. So things can get distracting while trying to move around. Also, the gamepad is used to aim turnips in first person during certain parts. Each level consists of 3 diamonds and a star, but each level also has an additional challenge, like finding a gold mushroom or collecting a certain amount of coins, so at the least you'll be doing every level at least twice. At its core, Captain Toad is a fairly simple game. Boss battles, what even constitutes as one, is merely just timing. What I'm getting at here is that Treasure Tracker isn't the sort of game you can get lost in for hours like Zelda or Mario. It's something you pop in and play for an hour after getting your butt handed to you in Smash Brothers. The game isn't really that hard either, and even when you do die, there really is no penalty, even getting to keep the diamonds you got so far in that level.
Don't hold that against the game. For what it's worth, Captain Toad is fairly fun. There is about 80 levels or so to the game, and you can complete one in about 5 minutes. It's clear this feels like an add-on to 3D World rather than a full-price game, hence the $40 price tag. Hell, I feel this could have just simply been a DLC add-on. I mean, you can even play in full 3D World levels if you have a 3D World save file. Unfortunately, despite the rave reviews Toad has gotten, I fear this game is going to be overlooked with nothing else to blame but timing. Because, well, let's face it, what is still in our Wii U's? But if you haven't spent all your money on amiibos yet, like me, I would seriously recommend Treasure Tracker. It's a fun little time waster. In fact, it's the closest thing to a tablet game that Nintendo has made. It's worth a look. Huh. For my first step back, that was surely a short episode. And this year's gonna be pretty meh as well. I mean, when's the next big Wii U launch, huh? It just makes me wish I had one of those other next-gen consoles. You know, the real next-gen consoles. Oh, but only. If only. Oh, if only, if only, if only, if only. This is going to be an interesting year. See you next time.